Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We have Don Wells, Public Sector Cloud Sales Solution Executive with Ingram Micro here with us today to speak about our public sector state, local, and education market initiatives. In this episode of our Public Sector Soundbite, Don will share how to compete in this space, understanding the regulations of engagement. He'll share the depth of available spend per state and conclude with how Ingram Micro Cloud can help you reduce your time to scale in the public sector market. Each soundbite dives into a brief and to-the-point video. They describe the services, resources, and program offerings we deliver to our partners to help scale and provide you support during your cloud journey. You can access the soundbites on the Ingram Micro Cloud Public Sector YouTube playlist. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce Don Wells.
Thank you, Jody, and good morning, everyone. As Jody indicated, my name is Don Wells. I'm with Ingram Micro Cloud in the IaaS Public Sector Group, Senior Solution Sales Exec, and I cover the Western U.S., which is Rocky Mountains to the Pacific Ocean, and specifically in the public sector and the SLED space. What I wanted to do is kick it off by saying that the keys to success in building your credibility in the public sector and the SLED markets are really quite simple. Learn their language and speak their language. Also understand their purchasing calendars, because schools versus state and local government versus hospitals all have different buying calendars. So it behooves you to understand which customer segment that you're going after and what their buying calendars are. And last but certainly not least is provide success stories and references. Government agencies and state and local and education firms are not the trailblazers in the technology space. They're definitely folks that want to make sure and understand and feel confident that it's been done before and that we have use cases and references that can prove that. Next, I want to kind of go into what is Ingram Micro Public Sector. And we are a multi-cloud distributor, and although we have references on most of our slides with AWS, they are our largest partner. We do represent Microsoft Azure as well as Google Cloud Platform as well. Those are our top three. We are a US-owned global distributor. We have achieved our AWS DevOps competency and Cloud Management Tools competency, and we have well over 260 AWS certifications. What is the state, local, and education market, the SLED market? As you can see by this map, it's a lot. It's all 50 states plus the District of Columbia, serving over 328 million US citizens across the country and employing over 3 million workers. Broken down in each state, we have over 3,000 counties and 36,000 municipalities, 13,600 public school systems, 7,000 higher ed, and over 38,000 special districts. But the key to this is that it employs about 20 million people all in. And each of these organizations are separate and independent of each other. And for example, the city of San Diego, their governing practices and their regulations regarding procurement are different than San Diego County. And it's ironic because they're probably located no more than 3 blocks from each other, but they are so different sometimes that you just have to understand that there is a difference between counties, cities, states, as well as the federal government, as well as higher education, as well as hospitals. What I wanted to do now is break down that market even further for us. I have an example here in California. And I do need to point out that this information is provided to us by Dell Tech. That's the source for the data. They are a firm that collects this data for us, not for Ingram Micro, but for the industry, and it's very, very reliable. As you can see across the U.S., there's about 130 billion in total SLED spend. So the total addressable market is significant, and that's one of the reasons why Ingram Micro is behind the SLED and public sector space, is because of the opportunity that it presents itself. In this example, I've used California. And I wanted to at least share with everyone that we have this information for every state in the union. So if you have a specific state that you'd like to see this information broke down, please let us know. We'll be happy to provide it for you as part of our partnership. And in this case, California has about 18 billion of the 130 billion total addressable market. And it's broken down, as you can see, by the state, the county, schools, and municipal special districts. One of the things I wanted to call out is that is really, really popular amongst the SLED space, especially in the cities across the U.S., is a Smart Cities initiative. Some of you may have heard of it, may already be aware and are engaged. We have a subject matter expert on our staff, Nathan Washington, who's been involved for many, many years and is a key resource for Ingram Micro Cloud for our mutual benefit. So if you are interested in pursuing smart cities as an initiative or continuing that and expanding on that, please let us know, and I'd be happy to get you in touch with Nathan. Breaking that chart down even further, there's 4 major market segments in each state. And what I wanted to point this out is that if you look at it by rank, IT services is leading the way, followed up closely by communications and network services. And the key word in both of those bar charts is services. You can see that hardware and software are distant second and third and fourth. But services is the way that most of our businesses are heading, and specifically a way to get to the cloud. That's the trend, and that's where the biggest addressable market is in regards to the market segments. And then I'm going to break it down even further. And the market verticals themselves, if you break down the different market verticals inside of each state or a municipality, you can see education is leading the charge. And we do break down education on purpose between primary and secondary and higher ed, again, for the same reasons I mentioned earlier. Those institutions have different requirements. They have different pain points, and their goals and procurement methods are significantly different. Therefore, we have to break them out separately. And as you can see, healthcare is number 3, with public safety being number 4. Now, trying to develop go-to-market strategies for like 90,000 different organizations is just not feasible. So the more you can break them down into manageable segments, like we've tried to do a little bit in this particular presentation, it'll help you at least become more achievable and more digestible from a solution deliverable standpoint. And again, you got to really remember to approach each of these organizations as independent entities. I can't stress that enough. And then finally, as Jody mentioned earlier, we at Ingram Micro Public Sector have a professional services bench. Since services is the leading market segment we mentioned prior, we have a bench, and what we want to offer to our partners is allow us to augment your bench to reduce your time to market. Typically, the number one reason that prevents you from closing the deal in the public sector is contracts. We have access to NASBO, NCPA, and GSA contracts through our Contracts Alliance program. We also have business intelligence tools to help you to convey confidence in the public sector space, again, augmenting your bench with GovWin, Definitive Healthcare, and eRepublic. We have a capture team that can provide bid snapshots instead of you having to pour through 80 and 100-page RFPs. We have the ability with our capture team to provide what I call a Reader's Digest summary. Again, allowing you to decide on a go, no go, whether to respond or to just simply better understand what does this RFP really requires. And then lastly, to augment your bench, we have subject matter expertise in healthcare, SLED, and the Fed markets. Even though we're focused on SLED in this particular presentation today, we have the ability to do that. And one of the things in regards to our professional services and augmenting your benches and filling your gaps, one of our systems, our SSEs has a phrase I'd like to repeat. We at Ingram Micro just consider us the grout to your tile projects. So that's where we can actually help you keep it all together and complement each other's efforts in going after this space and successfully getting our unfair share. And that's really all I had today. Jody, if you want to close this out, that would be terrific. But thank you all for your time, and I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you, Don, and we're thrilled you joined us today. We hope that you found this presentation valuable, but definitely take a look at our list of other sound bites on our YouTube playlist. You can see the link here and hope to see you the next time. Thank you all.